You know what I realized? I don't believe I've done a full combiner review. That's a bit of an oversight. So naturally I go for the cheapest one I can find. Bombshock from PowerCore Combiners. This line seemed to get a lot of groans and moans from the audience, because, oh, they're tiny and they have drones with no robot modes and they might actually be crap. But they're fine, the ones I ever find. So just this little guy, look. It's a very cute, generic, little military thing with tons of guns, and I don't know if any of it's realistic. But we don't like these because of realism, we like them because they're fun, you know? Yeah. Look, all yellow and green and a bit of frankly obnoxious blue. I don't know why. They could have just made that gray or red or something. Something that's kind of neutral, like this gray maybe, but I'm not Hasbro. I don't know why these things happen. Very nice rolling action. I'm surprised. My other Bombshock, not great with that, so I think this one just lucked out. The turret can swivel and hinge and hinge again. And if you're feeling saucy, you can tip this over like one of those race cars, where the whole front comes open instead of just a hood. I like it. This guy is vaguely similar to G1 Onslaught in that it's a long thing with guns, but you know what? I think he wears it better because, well, he's got more going on. He's got obviously more in the way of offensive stuff, and he doesn't look like absolute hell to drive down a curve. What an adorable robot mode. Look at him. He's got a little metal artist smock on, like he just can't be bothered to put on the right stuff. I dig those very scattershot-esque goggles, which you can barely see in my horrible lighting. Mercifully, you can also barely make up the frankly hideous face. Like, he too is ashamed of it. Speaking of shame, look at his posture. All hunched forward like he's not proud of himself. And, you know, these feet are horrible, so you can want to flip down these uncommonly useful combiner pegs. Just help. There, see? Self-confidence. Buzzability is quite good. Mostly all ball joints and extremely deep hinges, and this thing which I wish was 2 pieces. It even swivels. I'll continue this later. Now you're probably thinking, oh well, if the drones don't have robot modes, then the vehicles must be exceptionally nice in compensation, right? Well, they're alright, but not sure it was worth it. Maybe they should have just been mini-cons. I don't know. Kind of like how they all have little mini-con ports, even though you're probably never going to use them. Expecting they actually cared about mini-cons. Will you check it out? It's a full-on combiner. And I realize I've heavily underestimated just how cruddy my camera setup is. I'm actually holding it with my hands right now. It's not bad, is it? Look. Nice and beefy and not nearly as gangly as a lot of the other power cores. Kind of like how those missiles on that one arm just stick out like, yeah, it's cool, so what? Check it out. This leg down here, I don't know if you can see it, but it's got a tiny gun just underneath the windshield. He's trying, bless. So, as a combiner, that, you know, it doesn't move much. I mean, its legs are pretty alright if you know how to bounce them, but the arms have no elbows and can't do anything except slightly turn at the base. But the head's pretty spot on. Look. Looks heavy and industrial, like some kind of blast-proof helmet. Check it out. The cannons move forward to look extremely intimidating. Yeah, you're going down. I'm totally convinced that power core combiners are pretty worthwhile. If you ever see a full set of them, like in a thrift store, absolutely go for them. They're not great, sure, but they're nice. They're fairly innocent. Only slightly pretentious. So, yeah, Bombshock is actually much better than most, as I recall.